there and welcome to a gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free cooking video. How are we doing today? Today I'm going to be showing you my recipe for some gingerbread French toast, but of course it is going to be gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free. You will be needing the following equipment: a bread knife or a serrated knife and a chopping board, some scales, some measuring spoons, a measuring jug, a large mixing bowl, a wooden spoon, electric hand whisk or a handheld whisk, a spatula and some boiling or hot water. You basically want it to be in something that you can dip your spatula into because this will help with moving the golden syrup about. A deep baking tray, a large frying pan, a pastry brush, some tongs and a plate. You will also be needing the following ingredients: 57 grams of dark brown sugar, 43 grams of golden syrup, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, half a teaspoon of mixed spice, half a teaspoon of salt, 3 medium-sized eggs beaten, 125 millilitres of milk. I like to use lacto-free skinny milk, 60 grams of butter. I like to use lacto-free butter, and it doesn't need to be cold, it doesn't need to be softened, you just need to have it. And 1 loaf of bread. I will leave a link in the description to my recipe that is gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free. And you will also just want to get any toppings you want to add on top of your French toast. I personally chose more golden syrup, but that's just me. So, let's go! First things first, measure out and prepare all of your ingredients so that they're completely ready for you to use. So now that we've done all that nasty prep work, it is now time to begin actually making our French toast. So for this we will be needing our wooden spoon, electric hand whisk or our handheld whisk, our large mixing bowl, our spatula, our hot water for the spatula when we do the golden syrup, and all of our ingredients except for our butter and our bread. So the first thing I'm going to do is add all of my sugar to my large mixing bowl, followed by my vanilla extract, our golden syrup. And the reason the water is really good is because the heat of the water allows the golden syrup to be moved without everything being stuck to and loads of it being left behind. So just leave it in there for a couple of seconds or maybe a minute if you've got the time. There we go. And then add our golden syrup. Now time for all of my cinnamon. My ground ginger, my mixed spice and my salt. All of my eggs. And finally my milk. So now I'm going to mix this lot together until everything is fully combined. Okay, so now that this is all done, I'm now going to need my bread and my baking tray. So now I'm going to pour all of this into my baking tray. So now all is left to do is add our bread to our baking tray. The first point I want to make is that I've only cut this about ½ inch thick. Obviously, if you buy bread and it's ready made for you, it will be already cut into slices for you, so you won't need to worry about cutting it, you just allow for it. I'm going to allow 15 seconds on each side of the bread for the mixture to be soaked up into the bread, and I'm basically going to leave it soaking until I have got my frying pan and my butter ready. The other point I want to make is that I've only used 4 slices. This is all I want to have today, but if you're doing for a whole family on Christmas Day, which I think is a great idea, obviously do the entire thing. This is just all I want, and then what I don't use, I'm actually going to add loads of flour to and make a pancake mix out of it, which I also think is a great idea. How inventive of me. So now is the time to actually begin melting the butter ready to use. So I'm going to turn my hob on, put it on a low to medium heat. So I'm going to put it onto a pan fry and turn it right down. There we are. Add all of my butter to my frying pan and basically leave it there till it's all melted down. You'll also want to be careful that the butter doesn't burn in this time. Okay, so that's just finished melting, so I'm going to move this butter back into my bowl. So now using my pastry brush, I'm going to rub my pastry brush in my melted butter. work from the outside of my pan, moving into the centre to coat it in the butter. And I might use another one just to be extra safe. There we are, so I'll leave that in there. And now using my tongs, I'm going to place, you can put more than one in, but that just means you need to be prepared all the time. I'm going to place in one bit of bread into my frying pan and leave it for a minimum of a minute, or until it is golden brown and firm on both sides. 58, 59, 60, so that's been 1 minute. So I'm going to flip this over. There we are, looking lovely. You're going to want to leave it for another minute. Again, this totally depends on the thickness of your slices of bread, but as I say, you just want to do it until it is golden firm on both sides, and as I say, cook them for a minimum of a minute on each side. 59, 60. Okay, so that's been a minute on each side. So I am now going to place that onto my plate ready. It may be worth you using a timer at this point instead of keeping counting like I have been doing. So again, I'm just going to repeat this entire process to my frying pan and to my bread until this lot is all cooked. So I will see you after that. 1, 2. So that's them all finished. They look amazing and smell just as amazing. A quick point I'd like to make is that if you want to pre-make them prior to everyone getting ready and everything for Christmas Day, or even just over the Christmas period, you can turn on the oven and then leave them in the heated oven and turn them off and get them out when everyone's ready. So I would turn the oven on about when you first turn the frying pan on to melt the butter, then would probably be a good stage to turn the oven on. Doesn't necessarily need to be a high heat, it's just literally to keep the food warm while everyone's getting ready. And that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, as I love them all and wouldn't put them there if I didn't, including the recipe for this gingerbread French toast and the links to all of the equipment you will need for this recipe. If you do make this at home, don't forget to tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag cookingwithvickiie so that I can see all of your lovely creations. Let me know in the comments below of anything else you'd like to see me make gluten, lactose or yeast free, as I do them all. And finally, don't forget to like, leave a nice comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!